I am on a demo ride of a 2022 Ducati Scrambler. Here we are, going for another Ducati demo ride. This is a bike I never thought that I would demo, but here we go. A Scrambler X. First impression, stand over height. Yeah, flat foot, not bad. Here we go, I dig it. How's my brake pedal? Brake pedal reach is low. Kind of a straight arm stance. No windscreen on this. This will be different for me. This is a stiff suspension bike, man. That is a very satisfying sounding exhaust. I dig that. Very stiff seat. This is not an all-day seat. This is a Scrambler. This is the Wenatchee River. Very striking views around here. Oh, a false neutral in between 5 and 6. That's interesting. For having no windscreen, it's less buffeting than I anticipated because you're just completely exposed. So it's a very smooth wind pressure. I've never ridden a cafe bike or any of this Scrambler style of bike, so this experience right here is 100% new to me. Yeah, the rear brake lever is really low, bro. Auto canceling turn signals. I'm not tearing it up on this because it's a very different riding position. This reminds me of a riding position of the really old bikes from the 70s and the early 80s. And that's exactly what this reminds me of. It takes me back to when I was first learning how to ride. I've been riding since 1983, and when I was starting riding, I wasn't riding on bikes from the 80s. I was riding on bikes from the 60s and 70s. So I've been around the block a little bit, and I'm still a solid intermediate. I don't have any want to get to super advanced, go super fast. It's just not me, man. I'm not looking to impress anybody. I want to go out and have fun. It does want to get up and go. That's good. It is manageable off-road. But yeah, very reminiscent of the bikes that I learned how to ride on, old Yamahas and old Hondas. Very similar compared to the larger bikes I'm used to riding quite recently. Most of the time, this is a very alien feel to me to ride a Scrambler. This would be a great fun little bike around town, however. One thing about the Scrambler is you have a lot of room to move around the cockpit. It is a fun little bike. Not super confident right off the bat on it like I was on the Multistrada. That's just because it's just a different style of riding than what I've been doing for a really long time now. My muscle memory is actually starting to come back from the old days when I grew up riding bikes that were this type of a setup. This is cool, actually. I wouldn't outfit one out with a bunch of bags or anything. Some people do that. That's just me personally. I wouldn't do moto camping off of this, but this is one of those bikes that I would have for around town. And for me, being around town also means getting out to a place called Estacada and getting onto some roads just like this for a day, you know, just going and hanging out. It's a fun little bike. It is. It's a fun little bike. It's the head angle is a lot steeper, what it feels like anyway. I don't know if it actually is. I will look up the specs and I will list them down below, but it does feel like a much more upright head angle not the best for off-road. You want a little bit more slack head angle for stuff like that. It helps eat up the bumps a little bit. It breaks loose when you want it to break loose. That's cool. I'm good with that. This demo ride that you're watching right now, this is my third demo ride of the day, actually. I started out on the Multistrada, went and did the Tiger 1200, and now I'm on the Desert Scrambler, so it's been a busy morning. But the Scrambler body style, man, you have so much room to move your body around and manipulate the steering and the traction just by where the weight of your body is. Even though there's not a quick shift on this, the sync shifting is very intuitive. Even if you're not very good at sync shifting, you can totally do it on this bike. Let's see what the sit down is like. It's a weird seating position. I feel odd on this. I feel like I'm on a Grom or a Monkey or something. I mean, that's just me though. Like I started this video out saying, I haven't ridden a bike of this configuration in many years. This bike is easy to stand up on though. I don't think I'd even need to put risers on this. It's got a very good feel.
It's so much fun.
It is a fun bike.
It's just the right amount of power, you know?
Yeah. And you have so much room to move around on it. This is a solid little road bike. It's fun to be just out in the elements, no windscreen or anything. That's fun. It adds a level of connectedness as to why I wanted to start riding in the first place. For a little bitty bike, it gets up right now and it goes right now. Oh, so stiff. That's what she said. That's a tall kickstand. Final thoughts. That's a stiff suspension, stiff seat. This is a great little around town and quick little trail bike. Fun. This immediately reminded me of when I was learning to ride. It's like, oh man, this is like my old XL or my old ITs, you know, things like that. It was fun. It was cool.